This video will show you how to replace the camber adjustment bolt on a Chrysler Town Country. This will be located behind your front wheel. A quick note about doing this job, you will need an alignment once we're done. Let's get into it. Okay friend, let's get started on our job. Now the first thing we have to do is safely raise and support the front of the vehicle so the wheel's off the ground. Once you've done that, remove all 5 of your 19mm lug nuts so we can get the wheel off of here. Now that we have the wheel out of the way, let's have a close look up along where the bottom of the strut connects to our front steering knuckle. This is the camber bolt that we're going to be replacing. Now, as you can see on my application, I have a lot of miscellaneous debris up along this area. Let's attempt to remove as much of that as possible. I'll use a wire brush. Now, to remove this camber bolt, we're going to be using a 21mm for each side. We have a wrench for the rearward side holding the bolt head. 21mm for the forward side to remove the mounting nut. Now once you have it off of there, just a quick inspection, we'll start it back on, just a couple threads. We'll use some penetrant in this area. Continuing on, we're going to be tapping this camber bolt straight rearward. A quick note, we want to be aware of our ABS wheel speed sensor wire. Do not cause any damage. We'll hold that out of the way, continue on tapping this out and through. Let's remove that mounting nut, remove the camber bolt. Prior to installation of any brand new part, let's make sure we clean and inspect our mounting area. We'll use some parts cleaner and a bore brush. Some anti-seize for good measure. Now it's time for our brand new camber bolt. We want to make sure we have this area in the proper orientation. I like to have this tab facing out and away towards the flange of my bolt head. Now, of course, if you were looking on the inboard side, you will have a small tab here that needs to fit inside of the front strut. On the opposite side, we have our brand new mounting nut. Now at this point, we're going to bottom this out. We'll torque it to 65 foot-pounds, after that an additional 90 degrees. Now for this camber adjustment bolt, I'm going to be using a 15mm for the bolt head on the rearward side and an 18mm for the mounting nut. Now we'll be torquing this to that 65 foot-pounds plus an additional 90 degrees, just as I mentioned. Now 90 degrees is essentially a quarter turn. There we go. One last quick inspection while we're still in this area and we can reinstall our wheel. Now once you have your wheel in place, start on all 5 of your 19mm lug nuts. Bottom them out in a crisscross manner. Get the wheel back on the ground and torque each of those lug nuts to 100 foot-pounds. Now I have the wheel safely on the ground. Let's go ahead and torque those lug nuts to that 100 foot-pounds as I mentioned. Torqued. Okay, friend, we finished our installation. Now the next thing you have to do is go ahead and take your vehicle for a road test, listen for any odd noises, and get yourself in alignment. Thanks for watching.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.